Good afternoon, everyone. Now the information about the main events that happened in the ATO area. In Lugansk area yesterday it was absolutely calm, no violations of ceasefire. The Donetsk area, the main military actions were in Avdiivka industrial area and its flanks. When interruptions, enemy shelling continued for 8 hours. The enemy actively used mortars, launching at our positions tons of mines, and Ukrainian forces returned fire. In other part of front line, the enemy also violated ceasefire in Svetlodarsk, Balch, and Gorlovka perimeter and the Donetsk airport. Thus, the enemy returned to the tactics of disturbing fire, mainly during dark hours. And in the Donetsk area, during the last 24 hours, there were 23 enemy shelling, including 6 with the use of mortars. Mariupol area, the activity of the enemy was mainly in Pavlopil, Shirokina part of front line. During the day and at night, the enemy delivered fire at Ukrainian positions. Yesterday, the fire was delivered with the use of armored vehicles, and also in Pavlopil, militant groups organized heavy mortar shelling. Also late in the evening, the militants provoked escalation near Krasnogorovka. There was intensive firing between ATO servicemen and occupants, lasted for 1 hour, and at that the enemy used mortars and APCs. And 36 shellings were recorded in the Mariupol area. During the last 24 hours, in the result of the military actions, no Ukrainian serviceman was killed, but 2 servicemen were wounded. It happened in the Mariupol area near Vodyane and Shirokina. SBU detained a woman who was the sniper of the militants. She was detained at the line of confrontation, and they established that she was a sniper of quick response platoon and radio telegraphist in the so-called internal forces of DPR militant group. Woman was detained when she was trying to get to control territory to renew her documents. He said that she was trained for 4 months in the territory of Russia near Taganrog, Rostov Oblast. These days, at Peshevik checkpoint, Ukrainian law enforcers detained the militant from Kazakh's Union Oblast of Forces of Don. This is the part of DPR militant group. He was trying to go to Mariupol to get a foreign passport to travel to Western Europe. And it was identified that he joined the militants in September 2014, and for 3 months he was defending Cossacks' headquarters. He didn't get any money, that's why he left the militants on request of his wife. Specialists of Armed Forces of Canada held a training for Ukrainian military instructors in accordance with the NATO standards, and this knowledge will be introduced in the training and educational system of Armed Forces of Ukraine. Meanwhile, in addition, they awarded mothers of those servicemen who died in course of ATO, and at the start of the meeting, they commemorated the memory of the heroes with a minute of silence for courage and high professionalism, and for their defense of territorial integrity and sovereignty of Ukraine. The mothers of the servicemen were awarded with honorary awards and flowers. And the servicemen of Brigade of Tactical Aviation provided mask net for ATO. They needed 15,000 strips this, and they provided also a flag that they signed. And National Guardsmen helped the residents of Avdiivka. The military of National Guard from Pavlovsk, Dnipropetrovsk Oblast, together with the representatives of local organization of Red Cross, took part in charity action. They collected warm clothes for children and adults, and this humanitarian help will be brought to the region. And Colonel General Gennady Vorobyov, rector of National University of Defense of Ukraine, named after Ivan Chernyakhovsky, died, and he was the commander of land troops and first deputy of commander of armed forces, and for his honest long service he was awarded by many orders and medals. Our hearts go out to the relatives of Gennady Petrovich. Do you have questions? Yep.